Simpson will tell you that being alone, need yourself one question, are you a hoe? Mrs. Shots, oh Mrs. Shots, oh where did you go? We have questions like on the weekends, do you work selling burritos? The law talk with my crew, we here to laugh at you. We see you in court acting all tough. Your soul says and life must be so rough. Without getting into further details, there were drugs involved. I thought I was smoking crack, but it was just glue that dissolved. Oh man, I gotta get it together, because wow, that was messed up. And your honor, I have IBS, and I'm bleeding inside, and it's really bad.
Hello, hello.
I'm
here. I'll do a little warm up. Why not? Why not? Okay. Hello. It's Attorney Mike Gravel coming to you from Chicago, as usual. And I don't know why it was a task today. People are behaving themselves. We were discussing it in the chat before this started. I think we've shamed people into behaving in court, and the party might be over. I think from now on, people are going to be rational in court. Nonetheless, I was able to scrape some together today. I was able to scrape a little bit together with a little bit of help from Court with Chrissy. She sent me these. They're divorce clips. They're fantastic. They're happy divorce clips. They really are. And there are two of them. I thought it was the same case, but it's not. Nonetheless, they're both fantastic. Let's do it, shall we?
Exciting and new.
Okay, you can see and hear me okay, sir?
Yes.
Okay, both parties have appeared. Mr. Elhart is also here on behalf of the plaintiff. Mr. Elhart, let me start with you. I think the last note that I had is that you all were working towards a consent judgment of divorce. So what's the status?
There's a consent judgment, Your Honor. It should be filed as of now.
Oh, okay. And so then I would propose we take the testimony from your client, and then I can preserve that, and then I would execute the judgment once I receive it, if that's all right.
That's fine, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. And so for both Mr. and Mrs. Mitchell, I know that you all have reviewed the paperwork. It probably said consent judgment of divorce on it. That's been filed with the court or will be shortly. So how we'll proceed this morning, Mr. Mitchell, because you're the plaintiff in this case, I'm going to place you under oath in just a moment. And then Mr. Elhart's going to ask you some questions to help me determine if the statutory grounds for divorce have been met. Assuming that they have, I would preserve that testimony, and then I'll review the consent judgment of divorce when it comes in. I assume everything is appropriate with it. I would then sign it, and so it would become official at that time. So does that make sense to you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and ma'am, does that make sense to you as well?
I think I'm in the wrong one.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, that's not my actual.
Oh, are you not just?
They do have the same last name. It's kind of charming. She's like, but both of them are like, we both like it to get a divorce, but that person is not the person I married. I want to get rid of the one I married. It's kind of charming.
Mitchell?
No.
Okay, what's your last name, ma'am?
Sword out.
Oh, okay. You're not until 10:50. You're the plaintiff in 36983.
Yes. I was told to come here at 10:04. I was a little early.
Okay, no, that's fine. We'll go ahead and put you back in the waiting room. I appreciate you telling us that.
Can you hear me now?
Miss Riley?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. And Mr. Riley, you can still see and hear us, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's go on the record then and file 24-36965-DO. It's Riley v. Riley. Both of the parties have appeared this morning. We're set for a pro-con, and I did see in our system that there was a proposed judgment of divorce that was included or submitted by you all, and I did have a chance to review that. So procedurally, what will happen, ma'am, because you're the plaintiff in the case, I'm going to place you under oath in just a moment, and then I have to ask you some questions to help me determine if the statutory grounds for divorce have been met. And then if they had, I would then go ahead and sign the proposed judgment of divorce, which would make it official. So let me start with you, ma'am. Do you understand the procedure we're going to use this morning?
I do, sir.
Okay. Any questions about that?
No.
Okay. Or to you, sir. Any questions for you?
No, sir.
Okay. And Mr. Riley, I would note, I do generally tell people the reason the testimony would come from Mrs. Riley is because she's the plaintiff in the case. So it's nothing against you. It's just we always have to take that testimony from the person who filed the complaint, just so you know. Okay. But ma'am, if you would please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay. You can put your hand down. And if you could start out by telling us your full name, please, and then spelling your last for the record.
Deanna D. Riley, R-I-L-E-Y.
Okay. And you're the plaintiff in this case, is that correct?
I am.
When and where were the two of you married?
Grand Traverse County, April 20th, 2023. Or 2013, excuse me.
Okay. Was that ceremony performed by someone authorized to perform marriages?
Yes.
Prior to filing the complaint in this case, had you been a resident of the state of Michigan for at least 180 days and a resident of Grand Traverse County for at least 10 days?
Yes.
When you filed the complaint, were all of the statements in it true?
Yes.
And do they remain true today?
Yes.
Has there been a breakdown of the marriage relationship such that the objects of matrimony have been destroyed and there remains no reasonable likelihood that the marriage can be preserved?
Yes.
And the statute requires me to ask this next one, ma'am. Are you currently pregnant?
No, Your Honor.
And are there any minor children that were the result of the marriage?
No, Your Honor.
And as I indicated, the two of you had submitted a proposed judgment of divorce. Prior to signing that, did you have a chance to go through the terms of that document?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you understand that once I sign it, those terms will become final? And they're very difficult to change outside of a extreme circumstance like fraud or something like that. And so certainly a party can come back seeking enforcement of one of the provisions, but changing the terms really is very difficult. So do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And you're also electing to, I think it was go back to Adams as your last name. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And then, Mr. Riley, I'm not going to place you under oath, sir. I just want to confirm, because it looks like you did sign the proposed consent judgment of divorce, that you had a chance to review that document prior to signing, sir?
Yes.
Okay. And
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you agree to be bound by the terms of it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I will find, based on the testimony provided by the plaintiff, that the statutory grounds for divorce have been met. And as I mentioned, I previously had a chance to review the proposed judgment, which does appear appropriate. So just give me a moment and I'll sign it. Okay, it has been signed. If either of you would like a copy of that document, you can get it from the clerk's office, which is located on the second floor of the Hall of Justice. That's the newer courthouse located off of Washington Street. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you both very much. Have a good day.
You too.
You do. Yes. Woo, woo, yes. Woo. You might want to sign out, jackass.
If I had to guess, he feels the same way. He just signed off first.
All right, I gotta bring iPhone in to identify him.
'Cause people say that our love affair will never last.
Mr. Cordy, we're going to have to reschedule your case because
Oh, this
you
guy's
don't have
alive.
an attorney appointed yet.
Yes, Your Honor. I was wondering if I could get released on a PR so I could get my driver's license and some stuff in motion so we can get these cases resolved so we don't have to keep pushing them out.
Just having a little pizza on our time, Mr. Hand.
Well, just give me a minute. I'm on my other case and then I'll call your case and then we can hear, but I may or may not be able to do that.
Yes, Your Honor.
It doesn't look like I would be able to do that because there's criminal damage to property, so you would have to make a written request for me to have a bond hearing. But
Okay.
we'll get into that in one moment. Back on the record, same appearances as previously noted, Ms. Nelson. Mr. Keen, you've been, the court has, I've appointed you because Ms. Nelson did pay her $200 deposit for the attorney fee, but I need that application. I guess I need the application for collections reasons and other reasons to connect all of the dots. She has $500 posted in bail, and she has the $200 posted as the deposit for your services. I'm not sure how much you're going to have into this. Hopefully we can make sure that we get that application. She said she sent it. So hopefully it's just like lost in the mail, or not lost in the mail, but just taking a little time with the snail mail. But I do see you have a plea questionnaire waiver of rights form. We can schedule a plea hearing, and then hopefully we have all of that by then. If not, we can go off the record and get what we need to get. I don't know, but hopefully we have that application.
Okay.
I was gonna say, Your Honor, if you have the 200 on file, if we are able to do the plea or set the hearing, then the 200 would more than cover it, because there wasn't a whole lot.
Okay, well then we could do that. It's 10 o'clock. Can you just message Jackie to see if we really need that application, or we should have all of the money? What Mr. Keen is saying is we should have all of the money to cover his fees and the court costs. Because I'm not sure what we exactly need from that application.
G'day. And by the way, I'm coming to get you, Australia. You think I can just make the UK be the only victim here? Hell no. I'm coming out there. I'm taking your ruse.
As soon as I get a confirmation of what exactly we need, and if we need to wait for that before we continue, then I'll let you know, okay?
Understood, Your Honor.
It would be up to you then. Okay, all right. So if we have all of it, then we could probably move. Oh, we wouldn't be able to unless there was victims' rights compliance that a plea was happening today.
Yeah, there wasn't a victim. It was possession, and yeah, she's charged with possession and making a false
And
statement to an officer.
misappropriating ID.
So victim.
Right.
So- So essentially, there is a victim even though there's not a victim. So what I can do is I can just schedule this for a plea and sentencing. I could do June 20th at 1:15, and both you and Ms. Nelson can appear by video or by telephone.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right, that works for me, Your Honor.
The unbelievable
All right,
bear.
June 20th, 1:15, we'll have a plea and sentencing, and she should be good to go because your fee would cover all of that. Okay, we'll see you then. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now, Mr. Cordy,
Yes, Your Honor.
there is a victim in 24 CM 74, so I would not be able to proceed with the bail hearing today. I need to set it out. It needs to be 5 days so that they get notice. So you would have to do a written request, but I can schedule a bail hearing so that you have one.
Yes, Your
If
Honor.
you're gonna-
I know that the victim has already stated that they don't want any charges pressed against me as my PO officer.
Well, I can't take that, neither can the state.
Judge, the victim is like totally cool with this. Okay. Just take my word for it. Let me go.
They would have to have something from the victim themselves.
Okay, yes, Your Honor, that's fine with me. I just know I got court in Polk County here on June 11th. And it's like for the same thing I'm here today for, driving after revocation as well. And I need to get my license so they can move forward with that. And Burnett County is the only place that can release me. And because I've been trying to get released here, and yeah, so.
Oh, I understand. I've been trying to get you to get your license too, Mr. Cordy.
Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, and I mean, I'm a procrastinator, I guess. So I just started going to my AODA classes again. And that's part of me getting my driver's license. So I'm like missing all that again. And like, I don't know. And it says in my papers that I'm being held because I'm known to be dangerous or something. And I guess that's.
Well, I'm just going to strongly tell you you don't have an attorney right now, and all that you say, even though we're not on the record, can be used against you because you are saying it in front of the state.
Yeah, you need to shut your hole. He's first starts in with Judge, this is really inconvenient. I'm trying to get my license back. Being in jail is not helping. But then in order to explain that, he's like, yeah, and the reason why I'm being held is because they consider me a dangerous person. That's just crazy. You need to let me go.
So
that's completely fine with me, and I'm fully aware of that.
What I can do is my earliest available that I could schedule you for. Oh, so booked next week. I could do 10:30 on May 29th, Wednesday the 29th, 10:30, Wednesday the 29th. I don't even know are you outstanding on a warrant? Is that it?
No, I'm getting revoked on my probation. That's another thing he says that.
Then I have no control in letting you out. If you're being revoked, then you're being revoked.
Yeah.
So you're kind of in that little hiatus.
Yeah.
But what if like he says that?
I'm mentioning you're being revoked on your probation, and the fact that you're considered dangerous are not things you want to say to a judge to convince them to let you go.
I'm being held for because I'm gonna make I'm gonna do criminal activity again. And why would I get revoked on probation if I'm known to do that again? Wouldn't they extend my probation or put me on a sanction?
Nope, that's where the punishment factor comes in, but that's up to DOC and what's going to happen. I'll schedule you. I don't know if you're being revoked, then it's not going to matter, but I'll still schedule you to hear you at 10:30 next Wednesday, the 29th. But even if you're being revoked, you're going to be held because you're going to be held until you can be heard.
Right. Like, yeah, I get that. And I mean, it's no big deal to me. It's all going to be time served. So, but I just am trying to get my life taken care of, not having me sit in jail. Because I mean, this is doing nothing for me, really. I hate to say it. Besides me just falling behind in all my other stuff. But I appreciate it, Your Honor.
Judge, I hate to say it, but this jail, it's lowering my vibration. I mean, that's the level of seriousness we're talking about here.
Your Honor, thank you.
Figure out what you can figure out with regards to your revocation, and call the public defender's office, and maybe we'll have more information on Wednesday. Okay.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
Thank you. We're adjourned.
Oh man, I gotta get together.
Okay, we are back on the record.
And here we go with another one.
I'm ready on the matter of Mr. Roderick.
Sometimes we have ladies' night, and tonight it's the fellas that just can't get it together.
Tracy, Your Honor, this is on for a warrant quash, and I believe Mr. Tracy is also interested in waiving his right to an attorney.
Mr. Tracy is also incredibly unlikable.
Okay, Mr. Tracy, is that you? Are you with us?
Yes.
Okay, so you are asking to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself? Or are you just looking to hire a different private counsel?
Yeah, maybe we could, I could get a different public defender.
Nope, doesn't work that way. You've been appointed the public defender that has a contract with this court.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yep.
I'll just represent myself.
Not quite that easy. You got to convince me you know what you're doing, you want to do it, and it's a good idea for you. You do have a right to represent yourself if you want, but there's a warrant out for your arrest right now. So my guess is, and correct me if I'm wrong, you want Miss Ebert and her law firm to help you out with quashing the warrant, getting a new court date for maybe you can decide if you want to have another attorney or represent yourself.
No, I think because I didn't get a notification and I'm not getting treated right by their firm. So why would I continue to work with them? If I'm not, I should be having this warrant. I was supposed to have a court date and I didn't get the rescheduled court date.
Let's take a look at the case.
So I shouldn't have this warrant right now. I shouldn't have a warrant for my arrest. I was supposed to have my license and show my license by now. But the receptionist of their firm did not relay the messages to the attorneys, and the attorneys weren't able to send me emails like they were before or give me a call about my court date. And I tried to call, and the receptionist kept saying, I'm going to relay the message. She's going to give you a call back and let you know when it is. I kept calling the courts. The courts told me I have to get in contact with them. I feel like there's no point in me having them to represent me if I can't get a notification from when I'm supposed to go to court.
Just because of the scheduling, you understand they represent you and help you with the legal aspects first and foremost, right? And that they're not your secretaries, right? So I understand.
I'm not saying they're my secretaries, but how am I supposed to know
I understand your frustration, sir.
How am I supposed to know?
Hold on. The number one rule is you don't talk when the judge is talking. That's the number one rule, okay? Because we got to keep the record clean. I'll give you your opportunity, but one person talking at a time. So if the judge starts, everybody's got to stop. That's just kind of how it goes. Okay, so let's take a look back. Looks like you failed to appear several times. They kept getting kicked over. You would make contact, which is good. Quashed the warrant one time back on November of 2023. You were present at that time. Got the next court date of 12/18 on that day. 12/18, you failed to appear. So you were given notice of the hearing from 11/20 to 12/18, and you failed to appear.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't always getting the notice. That's the problem.
Defendant present.
Do you have receipts of me getting emails or calls those days of getting told when I was?
You were here. You were at the hearing, or on.
I'm talking about some of them that I missed. I didn't get a notification, and some of them I missed because it was my own thing, and I own up to it. I'm a grown man. You don't have to talk to me like a child. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man, sir. I don't have to lie. So you could talk to me like a grown. You could talk to me like a grown man, please. And I own up to my mistakes. I own up to my mistakes, sir. So I did miss some.
I've listened to that 3 times. I can't tell, but I think the judge says you are acting like a child. I hope he does. But the audio is just a little messed up because it's kind of glitching. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think.
Because I'm homeless and I have things going on. I'm in a whole different state. I'm trying to get my license. Where I'm from, a license, not having a license is a fine. That's not an excuse. But that's just how I'm wired. That's how I'm programmed. I've been very communicative. This is the first time I'm meeting you. I had a lady judge before this.
Right. Okay.
And I'm trying to tell you what's going on in the show.
He's been communicative. I'm sorry.
Short of time. And I don't mean to be frustrated with you because it's the first time that I met you.
Yeah, and I'm not looking for the full history. I am looking at the docket, so I'm following along a little bit here, but I kind of understand what's going on. Here's my question. Where are you living right now?
He used a V. He was going for communicative, but he fell short. It wasn't too bad, but it was funny when he was trying to talk. It's funny to me in the context of talking about how mature he is.
California. Okay. I'm homeless.
Okay. So do you have a contact information?
They have my contact information, my phone number, my email. I don't have that. I can tell you when the last time they sent me an email, it was last year.
Okay. All right. So Here's what I'm going to do, Mr. Tracy. I'm going to take care of the warrant first. So your biggest concern of not getting notice, right, not communication, and the warrant being issued, we're going to take care of that. I'm going to recall the warrant, all right? Now that we're past that, and I'm going to give you a next court date, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to want you to attempt to work with this law firm and these attorneys to try to resolve.
By the way, this is frustrating, but I like this judge. He's sharp. Nonetheless, you still want to resolve the issues. Yes, he could just bang him and say, no, the warrant stays, but they're not going to pick him up. He's homeless in California. But you know, that's kind of what you have to do here.
Resolve the case in general. Okay, that's the next step. They're going to step in and help you out with that stuff. That's what they're assigned to do. Okay, if at that point
he did call him out on the main thing, which is what irritated me. Is this guy wants to sit here and talk about, oh, I wasn't getting this, I wasn't getting that. He's saying for the specific warrant that you want me to recall today, you were at the prior court appearance. At the prior court appearance, they announced the next court appearance. There's your notice. You have no excuse. And he's right.
When communication continues to break down, where you feel that you can't work with them or they can't work with you to resolve the matter, then I will consider allowing the waiver of counsel. Okay, but I want you to try to work with them to either get a license back or resolve the case. Okay.
Okay, can I say something? The receptionist is the issue. It's not the attorneys.
Okay.
Whatever communication I have with the receptionist, whatever that cord is disconnected. As a short in that cord, I don't understand it.
Okay.
But
let's do this. Let's give you your next court date right here and right now. You can do it by virtual.
Thank you.
We're going to circumvent that issue then. We're going to go right to you being able to hopefully work with the attorneys to resolve the matter to help get license back too. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Let's do that. All right. I'm going to put virtual hearing. We're going to set this over. I'm going to quash the warrant. We're going to set your first appearance after the FTA and the warrant quash. What were we doing it at? What's a court date, Ms. Ebert, that where you want to set this over?
I think July 1st might be the next available Zoom calendar.
All right, let's do
That's
that.
perfect.
And let's go 2:30. Okay, Mr. Roderick?
Yes, that's perfect.
All right, now let's do this too. Okay, so July 1st, 2:30, courtroom 1, virtual hearing. I'm going to indicate you have it here, but I'm going to put it on this order too, all the Zoom information. Indicate we're working on relicensing and continuing negotiations. Okay. All right, so your speedy is going to commence at your next date after the warrant is quashed. We don't have to worry about that. We're going to grant the continuance. Now, let me do this. We do have an address, but if we have an email address, I'd like to put in this order too. Okay, so the court can email you this order as well.
You said you guys have an address. What address do you guys have on file?
Well, it pops up as a 1230 Willow Street.
No, that's only for my ID.
Okay.
That hasn't been. I only used that address to get my ID because I had a family member there at the time. But I never lived there because I need an ID to work.
Do you have a good address where you might receive mail somewhere, like a general?
I don't.
Like that?
No, I don't. I'm all over the place right now. This is what I'm saying.
So you're talking cell and email? Or
really, cell and email is the best thing for me right now, and I check those every day.
What's your email address?
They have it under. Here, you could put it under Rod.
Public, your cell phone. Otherwise, you can chat it, or if Ms. Ebert has it, we can put it.
I'll chat. Oh yeah, I could chat my email too, because I could chat both of my emails.
That'd be great. So then the court has it. Okay.
So the ones that the court had, I tried a different email. I'm gonna try a different email.
Okay.
They have a whole different email.
And that is at the top of the docket as well.
But I guess since that one's not working, I'm gonna have you guys have my other email.
Do you want the Bay Area one?
So I check my emails every day. So I would have made sure I had court that day.
Okay. All right. So you're going to chat your email you want the court to use and your cell phone number, okay? We're going to set the matter over to July 1 at 2:30. This is your notice as well, okay? Because I'm allowing a virtual appearance, okay? So you are put on notice that July 1 at 2:30, courtroom 1 via Zoom is your next court date. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. And then if there's any issues, again, regarding the representation or whatever, we'll go from there. But hopefully, you know, now that we're past the scheduling part, you can work with your attorneys for resolution of the case, okay?
Okay, for sure.
All right. Okay, so that's what we'll do right now, Mr. Roderick. And I'm going to, hold on, I need to sign the warrant recall as well.
How many days would it take for it to go in the system so I could go to the DMV?
No, that's a good question. I think we'll probably process it, Mr. Clerk, today or first thing in the morning when they open, right?
Your Honor, two things. I've already sent it over to PD Records. I would say within the hour it will probably be clear. And I'm going to email Mr. Roderick. I'm sorry, Mr. Tracy, right now with the motion to continue and the motion or the order to quash.
There you go. Mr. Tracy, you hear all that?
Yes, I did.
And yeah, can you put down the August 12th jury trial week?
Sure. Oh, shoot. So, Mr. Clerk, I've signed it, but it's not, what do we need to get filled out on these recall request forms? They're different in this court.
Your Honor, I wouldn't worry about it. I just send them an email and they quash it for me.
Beautiful. All right. That is the order of the court to quash the warrant this time. All right. Let me go back to the other one. Motion to continue. Edit. What's the jury week? What do you want me to put on there?
August 12th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to also put in here that PD resumes at the next date. Okay, so that's taken care of there. Okay, Mr. Tracy, I think we took care of hopefully everything we need to take care of. We'll see you back here on July 1 at 2:30. Look for those emails from Boston Municipal Court regarding this order as well as the warrant quash. If you don't see it in your inbox, check the junk, and if not, tomorrow contact the court, okay?
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. We'll see you then.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye, Mr. Tracy. Stay safe. Oh, you come. Thank you, Your Honor. Are we ready on my 3-4s?
I'd have to feel like I should be elected emperor of the world before I could be that arrogant, not show up for a sentencing. Like really, like top two. Only me and one other person get to run for emperor of the world.
Oh, I miss Judge McNally. That's it. It's a Monday, and that's all the bad behavior I could find. I think we have won. I think we have stopped bad behavior in court in the United States. Never to be seen again. I'll take my medal now. I'll take my medal from, I don't know, the American Bar Association or something. Some entity has to provide me a medal for shaming all the rubes into into behaving themselves in court. That's the worst I could find today. It's not a holiday, nothing. That's what we're dealing with. Or maybe, just maybe, there'll be a ton of crazy stuff tomorrow. That's probably more likely. All right. Thank y'all for coming out. I appreciate it. I will see you all soon.